Daniel had lived in the building long enough to know every sound. The elevator groaned between floors, pipes rattled around midnight, Mrs. Klein's television murmured through the wall. Each evening, life in the hallway followed a predictable rhythm, except for apartment 4B. It sat directly across from Daniel's door, quiet in a way that felt unnatural. He couldn't remember ever seeing anyone enter, or leave no mail, no deliveries, no light under the door. Just stillness. At first, he assumed it was vacant, but vacancies don't feel like they're listening. One night, Daniel came home later than usual. The hallway lights flickered as he walked toward his door. When he reached it, he noticed something different. Apartment 4B was slightly open. Only an inch, just enough to reveal darkness inside. Daniel paused. The hallway felt colder. He waited, expecting someone to step out. No one did. He shook his head, unlocked his door, and went inside. Still, he couldn't stop thinking about that narrow gap in the door. At 3:17 a.m., he woke suddenly. No sound, just the sensation of being watched. He sat up. The apartment was silent. His clock read 3:17. Then he heard footsteps in the hallway, slow, soft, passing his door. They stopped outside. Daniel held his breath. After a long moment, the footsteps continued and faded away. In the morning, he opened his door. Apartment 4B was closed again. Days passed. The silence returned. Daniel told himself he imagined it, until the key arrived. It lay on the floor in front of his door, resting on a folded piece of paper. He picked it up. The note read, "You forgot this." Daniel frowned. The key was old, brass, worn smooth. It didn't match any of his locks. His eyes drifted to 4B. That night, curiosity overcame caution. He stepped into the hallway, the key heavy in his palm. The lights hummed softly above him. The air smelled stale. He stood in front of 4B. Slowly, he inserted the key. It turned. The door opened with a soft creak. Inside, the apartment looked identical to his. Same couch, same table, same lamp in the corner. Daniel stepped inside carefully. Dust covered everything, thick and undisturbed. On the coffee table sat a mug. His mug. Same chip on the rim. A chill ran down his spine. He moved toward the bedroom. On the nightstand sat a digital clock, frozen at 3:17. Behind him, the door clicked shut. Daniel turned quickly. For a moment, he thought he saw someone across the hallway, inside his own apartment, standing in the doorway, watching him. The hallway light flickered. The figure vanished. Daniel rushed out, slamming the door to 4B behind him. He unlocked his apartment and stepped inside. Everything looked normal. Almost. The lamp was on. He was sure he left it off. On the coffee table sat a note. "Welcome back." Daniel's chest tightened. He spun toward the hallway's silence. That night, at 3:17 a.m., he woke again. Footsteps moved across his living room. They stopped outside his bedroom. 3 soft knocks. Daniel didn't answer. Morning came quietly. He walked into the living room. Nothing seemed out of place, except the front door. It was slightly open. He stepped into the hallway. Apartment 4B was open too. Empty, waiting. Daniel looked back into his own apartment. Then at 4B, both looked the same. For the first time, he realized he couldn't remember which one he came from.